Good morning and welcome to the Street Rod Nationals Plus. It's Louisville, Kentucky, and for a car fan, it does not get any better than this. I'm Mark Thompson.
And I'm Melissa Haas.
And we're here to welcome you to one of the biggest car shows in the world.
That's right, and over the next couple of hours, we're going to show you the very best of the NSRA with all the street rods and all the fun. Plus, we have the beautiful late models, so you'll get to see some of those along with some of the best street rods.
And we've even got just a little more.
That's right, we're going to have some special guests coming up to add a little bit of a different look to this year's Street Rod Nationals.
No umbrella?
No umbrella, man. This is liquid sunshine, baby.
Hey, gentlemen, how you doing back here? Good.
Good morning, good morning.
Hey.
Good morning.
Guys,
Good morning. Up to no good once again?
Yeah.
How are you doing this morning?
Good. How are you?
I'm good.
We have some newbies.
Hey guys.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you. How are you? You are on a shirt. Me too. Look at this. In case you didn't know, he's on a shirt. This guy is too. All right. Up to no good, sir?
Yes, sir.
And proud of you.
You're right. And I do it well.
Hey, you do it well.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're pretty good for old guys.
You're right. Another year, another time.
Another day older.
Yep.
Good morning. Welcome to the National Street Rods.
Hey, how are you? Good.
I need the one.
Hey.
Wave them on in.
It's official.
Number one in line.
Number 4. I got the new head for the shirt. Here's my early bird.
Hey, let's see.
Early bird number 4.
Early bird number 4. Now, what time did you have to get here to get early bird number 4?
5 o'clock.
5 in the morning?
Yeah, 5 a.m.
great. Unfortunately, it's a little rainy today, but that doesn't stop most people. They'll come out in the rain no matter what, and see the special cars. There's a lot of special cars here, and a lot of special people. The people from the street rods are people that you can make a lot of friendships with, and relationships that you can build over for years and years.
Okay, so we're out on the grounds, we're sitting in beautiful cars, and we're asking folks what they like most about the Street Rod Nationals.
My favorite part of the show are the cars. I like to sit out by our cars and talk to people about what they did. They built cars together. We've got a 35-mile street rod truck, and he drives every day a 65 Ford Mustang that they built together, and we've got it photographed and in the process of being fixed, and that's very exciting for a mom to see her husband and her son share a passion for the cars, and it's a great family opportunity for us, and we really enjoy it.
I have 2 words for that. Sweet. 2 words. 2 words. We are in the South.
I will say this, it really helped us as a family for them to change the year from 48 and below. I had a 35 Ford pickup, which we brought, but he turned 16 2 years ago, the first year that they allowed newer model cars in, and he had been 16 for 3 weeks, and he drove his car from Birmingham, Alabama to put in the show. We had just finished it, and he drove his Mustang up and put it in here. So it really does help us as a family to be able to have a little broader year range there for us to enjoy.
Well, let some more younger people participate.
Right.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. And what color is your Mustang?
Rangoon red.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And so you built it? How much of the work did you two do?
Everything but the paint. We can't paint the outside because we're not that good.
No Krylon for you.
Well, I don't like painting bugs into my car, so we figured it'd be best to let somebody else try it.
That's probably a good plan.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, if y'all see us out on the grounds, we'd love to see your cars.
Excellent.
So if you see us by and then you're at it, flag us down.
Okay, we will.
We'd love to get a little wave with the family in the cars.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thanks a lot.
Here with the Shoops. 2 O's, no U's, and a P.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, guys.
very much.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very
Enjoy it. Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. Have a good day.
You too.
My name is Gary Poyam. I'm from Sellersburg, Indiana. It's a short drive for me. It's about 20 miles for me to come to the Nationals, but it wouldn't matter if it was further away, I'd still be going. What I'm driving today is a 1936 Dodge Coupe. Built this in my garage with 2 of my friends, Doug and Gary. I found this at a swap meet in Indianapolis about 6 years ago. There's been about 20 to 30 different body modifications on this car. We've changed out the headlights in this car. We ran a smaller headlight. We made some major modifications to the grille, and it just made the car look a lot nicer. We Frenched in the license plate. We've made changes to the hood, changes that does have air. Even though we're running a 70 Chevelle LS6 454, I put these particular valve covers on so we can still pay homage to the Dodge brothers. I've been coming to the Nationals for several years. I'm gonna say probably 20. And I've had different cars out here, and I've always enjoyed coming to the Nationals. It's always a fun. I make sure I'm here all 4 days for the weekend, and it's one of the weekends I just make sure I plan every year.
Got here early watching the parade. Beautiful cars, and the humidity and the temperature's nice. The rain has stopped. Having a good time.
Now, what's all this about? Dennis takes my place on the other side. I guess this is probably compliments of Dennis. I guess he throws this over here. So now I got to get out and I got to move this nonsense, this bear with a Jegs hat on. I got to move it out of my place because I guess Dennis wants to play games. So I don't know. Now I can't even get my own parking place that I gave Dennis. I don't know. I'm just, this is ridiculous. Tell you what, he hadn't heard the last of this. I gave him that parking place today. I'm gonna go over there and take this bear and stick it in his front seat once I get parked in here. I've had about all this I'm gonna put up with.
Okay, well, it may be a little cloudy day here at the Pro Pigs, but we're here. We got some sunshine right here. We got Sonny Freeman.
That's me.
That's you. And he owns this beautiful car. Now, I love Corvettes. I absolutely love Corvettes. So what year is this, Sonny?
1962.
1962.
Yes, it is.
And this is your baby?
This is her right here. I'm at about 4 years we've had her now.
Oh, wow.
2 years to build it. And just a fun car.
Fun car. Okay, so are you a Corvette fan, or what intrigued you about building this car?
I've had about 18 Corvettes over a long time, and this car here is the last of the C1 model. And what we did, we kind of called it bringing an old C1 into the 21st century. This car here, what we did with the car, we've got an Art Morrison chassis underneath the car. It's got 14-inch Willwood brakes, so the car handles a lot better than the original car did. And then we kind of stuffed an LS7, which that motor come out in 06, 505 horsepower with a Tremec 6-speed on the car. So it's a fun driving car, puts a smile on your face, and that's what cars are supposed to do.
They are. It put a smile on my face. I mean, it stopped me in my tracks. I had to come here and check it out. Tell me a little bit. I got to peek inside a second ago. Tell me a little bit about the interior.
The interior, that was the hardest part maybe, to get it all to come together. I couldn't see the interior in the car, so we went to a guy out of Huntsville, Alabama, Paul Atkins. Paul's a well-known interior guy and does a lot of interior work, and he made the interior kind of come together for us with the car. We didn't want to go super custom with the car. I guess the whole thing was try to keep it as stock looking as we can, and we kind of wanted an upgrade on the interior, but we wanted some contrast to break all of that red up, since I definitely wanted a red car.
Gotta have that red car.
Gotta have that red car, at least one.
All right, thank you so much. Sonny, you brought sunshine here today.
In between the rain.
In between the rain. We love your car. Thank you so much.
All right, we're out in the pros pick with Jim, whose last name I'm not going to attempt. Jim
Sefcovic.
Sevkovic. I knew that. All right, Jim, this is a beautiful 37 Cabriolet. Tell me about this.
Well, we started building this 4.5 years ago. It's a wild ride body and frame. Took us 4.5 years, like I said. I put the Prowler headlights in it. It's got a ZZ4 Chevy motor, 700 R4 transmission. Does well on the road. This is the 4th time I've had the top on, and 2 times it's been down in Knoxville.
Tell me a little bit about some of the stuff that you've done to the exterior. It's beautiful duotone.
Yeah, me and my wife picked the colors on this. The top color is called Raisin Cane, and the bottom is Champagne Fizz.
Now, which of you raises the most cane?
I think I do. At least that's what she says. We enjoyed with the top off with the sun.
I bet you do. And it looks like this afternoon we might get some of that.
I hope so.
It's looking pretty good right now.
It's clearing off, and
there is nothing wrong with going topless.
Yeah, I hear you.
Here, I'll just put this thing on his hood. There you go. I'll put it right up there on his hood, and I put his hat on him. We'll see how Dennis likes that when he comes back. That's an orange bear on an orange car in an orange parking place. I hope he's happy.
I'm here with Butch. Butch, we saw this car. We heard it rolling up. Tell us a little bit about it.
Okay, what we have is a 1955 Cadillac DeVille. It's on a aftermarket chassis. It's Art Morrison is the builder of the chassis. We have a Ramjet 502 motor, 700R overdrive transmission, forward 9-inch rear. We have Schott custom made the wheels for us to look like a Cadillac hubcap, but we were able to get an 18 and a 20-inch wheel to give it a real modern low look.
Wow, it's just amazing. So tell me, explain to me a little more about the engine, because I could just hear it roaring on the way in.
Nice. It's actually a Chevrolet crate motor. It's a 502 cubic inch with a Ramjet. We've custom made the engine cover for it, and then we also custom made the valve covers to add the Cadillac logo to them.
All right, awesome. Well, it's just a beautiful, beautiful car. How much time did it take to work on this?
This car took about 2 years from beginning to end. We actually ended up with it from another shop, and we got to complete the whole deal. So all in all, it was about 2 years.
She's a beautiful girl, I know, but you got to have a name for her. What's her name?
Well, this lovely lady came up today to tell us about every car needs a girl's name, so she decided to name it Marilyn. So we're going to go with Marilyn.
Marilyn, I think that is a perfect name.
We're here with Joe Walters and the Pros Pick. Joe, that's a beautiful looking 69 Mustang.
Thank you.
And you were telling me it started pretty vanilla.
It was a plain vanilla 69, no bells or whistles. And I've always wanted a street rod, so I didn't want to mess up a good one. So this one has got a 97 Cobra engine. It's got a 2004 Cobra independent rear suspension. It's got rod and custom built front end. It's Boyd Coddington himself built the wheels. It's got 2001 seats that have been repadded with memory foam to make them comfortable.
Yeah, that sounds comfortable.
And it's got 2007 Ford 500 console. The upper console is 2006 Dodge Dakota.
So you kind of mixed and matched on the console.
What I like.
Whatever worked.
And for my wife, a 7-inch DVD GPS touchscreen with surround sound.
So she's set.
So she can sit comfortable, watch movies as we travel.
And you just roll down the road.
Well, after almost 55 years of marriage, you learn a thing or two, you know.
Yep.
The hospitality around has just been top notch. Everybody's been treating us real good, and we've gotten a great response from all the hot rodders. The constructive criticism is worth the whole trip. So,
have you had a chance to get out on the grounds at all?
I did. I walked around a little bit, and man, I love these cars. And let me tell you, the people that build them, they love them just as much. So it's exciting to see.
You know, the only thing he's more jealous of than my car is my body. You know, I mean, it's just fact. And everybody knows that, you know, this is the cool side of the tent.
Hey, you gonna move that piece of junk out of my way so I can get my parking place back?
You're never here. Because that thing, because when you go to start that, it won't start and get you here.
Is that right?
That's why.
So I guess you'd say, well, that's an orange car and an orange parking place or something, I guess.
Well, that's right, because I'm cool, and they keep the orange spots for the orange cars.
Right. Save the orange spot?
Yeah, save the orange spot. Yeah, that's all you got to remember. You know, it's all about color and body. Oh, look at there. There's an orange car on the front of the NSRA book. They think orange is cool too, don't they? I don't see no blue cars in here. You're from Louisville,
right?
So tell me about the Nationals here for you.
Well, I enjoy having it here myself. It's, you know, close. You don't have to. Well, we drive about 20 miles every morning and afternoon.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a lot of good people. Our club does the information booth over at Hall.
Yeah.
With Oklahoma Street Rods.
We appreciate y'all's hospitality because y'all always take care of us, and it's always fun to go visit with Dwight and the rest of the crew. And in fact, I think we're going to be over there later on today or tomorrow because we'll smell that grill run.
Oh, yeah, 12 o'clock.
Exactly.
12 o'clock, yes, sir.
All right, Jim, thank you. All right, we're here with Flo. Okay, Flo, you're on.
Flo Gorman from York, Pennsylvania. My husband's name's Gary, and this is our watermelon truck.
So tell me about the watermelon scheme.
We built our watermelon truck in our garage, and it's called Homegrown, Sweet and Juicy. We have a red interior, green on the outside. It's color matched to a watermelon using color swatches from Home Depot, and it's Martha Stewart Living. My husband made the air cleaner that looks like a watermelon, and we don't have a business, so we decided, well, watermelon is red and green, and we're building it at home. We hung plastic in our garage, painted this vehicle at home, and once it was red on the inside, green on the outside, it became a watermelon.
Flo not only has a watermelon truck, Flo has matching toenails, she has matching fingernails, she has matching earrings. Let's see. How about that?
We're here in Louisville, Kentucky, having a good time. First time at our NSRA show, and just grew into a, you know, pretty cool looking vehicle. I call it the happy truck. It makes everybody smile and laugh.
It does. It made me smile.
Yep.
So did you.
Yep. Always.
Well, thank you.
I just got finished taking a ride in Maryland. Beautiful car, and I can tell you right now, a girl could get used to this. Thank you so much. All right. The Street Rod Nationals truly has something for everyone. There's the street rods, of course, games, food, entertainment, the works.
Plus the swap meet, the super prize program, women's world, the ladies' tea. It's got everything.
baby girl. I don't understand it. Are y'all gonna whip it up? We got two people in the front that know this song.
Little town like mine, we still believe in things like love and honor and an honest day's work. Always give a little more than you see.
Ecclesiastes 3 says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing. A time to get and a time to lose. A time to keep and a time to cast away. A time to rend and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
We're here with Marjorie and George and their 79 GMC Classic. Tell me about this.
Well, it's a 79 GMC. I bought it brand new in 1979. It's got the original paint. It's probably got about 60,000 miles on it, and I love it.
Now, are those the original tires?
No.
And now we're here with one of my favorite parts of the day, which is coming to Women's World, where ladies and yes, even gentlemen come to shop from goods all over the country. And right now, we're going to take a look at some jewelry, or maybe even a hat, or how about a fan to cool yourself off in the heat of the day.
We're out in the swap meet with the Shoup family and friend. Guys, you're out here looking for something in particular?
We are in the process of building a 54 Chevrolet pickup truck, or he is, my son is, so we're looking for some parts for it.
Now, just from the looks of it, it looks like you can find a lot of parts out here.
A lot of parts, a lot of things available inside, so far it's been good.
Good. Now, you're going to be doing a lot of the building?
Most of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, most of it, yes, sir.
And I understand this is your builder friend.
Well, he comes along when I'm in a bind and I'm stuck under the truck or something like that, so I help out here and there.
There you go. Everybody needs an extra hand.
Oh, yeah.
Right. We're out in the UPS Commercial Way with Dave Gilliam and his 46 International with a tribute to our veterans, Dave, and thank you for service in Vietnam. Tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, it was shiny black, and then I decided to paint some war scenes on it, and along with the twin tires, and I appreciate all American veterans. You see the the Civil War there, and then there's the World War I, World War II, the Korean War, and then it goes to Vietnam War, and then it goes to the Desert Storm.
Right.
It has all the wars in it.
It's nice that the veterans now are getting that appreciation wherever they're serving.
Yes, all over the country, all over the world.
What's your name?
Aiden.
Aiden? Aiden, can you say hi to the camera? Are you having fun this year?
Yes.
Is this your first time at the Street Rod Nationals?
Yeah.
So tell me how much fun you've had today.
A lot.
A lot? What was your favorite part?
Looking at all the cars.
Looking at all the cars? Awesome. So what are you looking for now?
A bag.
For what?
For all this free stuff.
Yeah.
Collect all the free stuff, right? That's the best part anyway.
Street Rod Nats, honest to God, it's the people. I mean, it's a great experience. Everybody here is extremely nice, and everybody's funny. You can walk down the row and joke around with somebody, and it's nobody takes offense. It's a good time, Right.
It's always been a good time, and you've been coming here. You've been watching these videos. You were telling me a little bit about the Street Rod videos. Tell me a little bit. You watch it all the time, right?
Yeah, we watch it's kind of like a New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, Christmas time tradition in my family for the past 40 years or so. But they've watched it for the past 40 years. Me, it's 26, but yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tradition. After dinner we always sit down and watch the videos, and it's entertaining, that's for sure. So, and I will say it's always better. It's better since you've been in it, so it's more something. Yeah, not as many gray hairs. We at least got something pretty to look at. So,
and I don't even color it.
That's right.
Okay, so we're walking around on the grounds today, and I run into Barry. Barry has this beautiful car that's behind me. Barry, I love the color. Is it factory color?
Yeah, it's factory color. It's Matador red and ivory.
Describe the car for me a little bit. How long have you had it?
I've had the car for about 10 years. I brought it back from California. It was built and assembled in California, and I decided to make it a street machine type car. So I changed the engine, the transmission, the drive shaft, put air conditioning in it, disc brakes, and we drive it quite a bit. But I've had it in 33 states. I've had it coast to coast, Pacific to Atlantic, had it as far north as New York, and I've had it as far south as Key West. Never been in a trailer.
Oh, wow. So she's had a nice life so far. Well, she's a beautiful car. Tell me, what do you like most being here at the Street Rod National?
Watching little kids look at these cars is just great. If a little kid comes over and wants to sit in the car, let them sit in the car or whatever, because that's what I did when I was that age. So, it's a good family event. My kids grew up doing the same thing with me.
What about people like me, grown women who want to sit in the car? Can I do that?
Get in there. You can drive me around.
Yeah, all right. That's what I'm talking about.
So, you want to hit right here, lock it out, and I want you to give me 3 good strikes. Right here. Ready? 1, 2, 1 more. Oh, we got a rule. You cannot cross this line.
We're here with legendary customizer Darryl Starbird, and we know that not only because of the cars, but because of the sign.
Well, absolutely. You got to have a sign. You got to do all you can do.
Yes, you do, and a Hall of Famer as well.
Well, yes, sir. Had about Started actually in business in 1954, so I've had a lot of practice.
A lot of practice. Now tell me how the whole idea for the bubble top car started.
Well, actually, you know, I did the first bubble top car in 1959. It's called a Predicta, and of course it come onto the custom hot rod world and just kind of set it on fire there in 1959 because nobody had done a bubble top car at that point. So, yeah, we started it and it does real well.
And it's still popular.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, the car right behind us, I just finished a couple of years ago. This is the 15th bubble top car I built.
Well, they're eye catchers. You know, they're Jetson mobiles, whatever you want to call them.
Exactly.
They're cool. Now tell me a little bit about the Pantera.
Well, the Pantera, you know, it's got a nice story behind it. I built that car. Of course, Pantera come out in 1972 by Ford, a mid-engine Cleveland Ford engine in it, built in Italy though. But anyway, in 73, I took the car almost brand new and completely customized it like you see it behind us. And then I sold it in 73 to a guy, and he had it for 40 years put away, and my wife on my 50th anniversary bought the car back for me, and believe it or not, that's the original paint I put on it in 1973.
BJ, this is a good looking 34 Ford. Tell me a little bit about it and how long have you had it?
Thank you. Well, I've had it 10 years. It took me 10 years to build it. It started out as a 1.5 ton dump truck. It's been pretty well customized. There's about 24 different items has been customized on it.
It's pretty comfortable down the road.
Oh, it just cruises down the road. 146-inch wheelbase with airbags on the back. It just floats.
Nice. We got the Derby City Express here in Louisville. You never know what you're going to find at the Street Rod Nationals.
Little help back there from my Camaro fans. Little help from a Camaro fan.
Hey,
bought a nice car here.
Hey, you can't park here.
Well, they wanted a nice. They wanted.
No, you can't park here.
They wanted a nice
There's
true car.
Camaro cars on this side.
Hold it. You hear that noise?
Sound like an old broken down big block.
No, that's the noise of pure pleasure.
I tell you what.
Let me show you something.
Bud. You got a ticket to park this thing?
Let me show you something here.
Hey, is this got a salvage title?
No, this is a true 138 car.
I think it's got a salvage title.
Let me show you this motor here.
No, I don't know.
Let me show you a true 138 car, what it really looks like. This is what a muscle car looks like right here.
It's got a lot of aftermarket parts on it.
Oh, no. I just traded the thing.
I thought it was original.
Oh, it is.
Well, it is. Well, what's all this? It's overflow?
No.
Headers?
No, it has
MSD, battery. I don't even think it's got the right hoses on it.
Where's your car?
My car is right here, all original.
Is that yours?
That'd be mine.
I didn't even see it.
You didn't see it?
No.
Oh, man, come over and see a real car. That's a real D28, bud.
What's that oil smell?
Oh, that must be one of these guys walking around there.
What's that oil smell?
It's all original. See them stickers? See them marks?
Got Camaros everywhere. They wanted a real car here.
A real Z28.
A real 138 Chevelle.
Z28 original.
38 original.
How many you see of this?
Besides that one. How many you see of them?
About 2. Your car, I guess it's okay, but I don't think it should be parking in this lane.
Oh yeah, they had to have something to split up this.
They got the oddball cars on the back of the road.
No.
Yeah, they're on the back of the aisle.
No.
Okay, so still out here at the Pro Picks. We're with Tim Strange. This is how many years have you been doing this now, judging the Pro Picks?
I've been judging this. I think this is my 3rd year coming out here and helping.
3rd year? What keeps bringing you back here to the Street Rod Nationals?
Well, I think this is probably my 15th year actually attending the Street Rod Nationals. But coming out here and judging the Pro Picks when you don't have a car out here, it's really neat because it makes you come out here, makes you get out of the nice air conditioning building, get out in the heat, and actually get to look at these cars really, really close. I really enjoy doing it.
And it's nothing that you did, it's what other people did, so it's their own creativity built into it, right?
Yeah, and that's what's really neat about the Street Rod Nationals and the Pros Picks. They don't just have a bunch of hired judges. You're getting judged by your peers. They pick a handful, 20, 15, or 20 professional builders from around the country. So you get, different likes and dislikes from around the country, and they all come, pick a whole bunch of cars, we hand them in, and then they basically tally the votes and narrow it all down. So it's really cool, and the cream of the crop definitely rises to the top here.
Right here in the Pro Picks, where we are, where the cream of the crop is. You've seen a lot out here. So what has kind of stood out in your mind today?
Well, when I first started, it was like, man, I gotta pick 15 cars. That's gonna be hard. And then I started looking at the quality. I think the quality out here is a lot better. There's more quality cars even from just last year. You know, economy, weather, all that stuff. But here we are raining. There's a whole bunch of high-end cars out here that's probably never been wet before. But I had a hard time narrowing it down. Like this one we're standing here right in front of is a 40 Ford Coupe. And from a first glance, this looks like another 40 Ford, you know, but it's flamed. It's got traditional styled wheels, but they're big billets. It's got an awesome stance, and it's got a ton of subtle metal work. The work just through here at angling this post and everything is just unbelievable, just flawless. Okay, well, I know that you can't reveal what you've picked right now, but if you had to name a few off the top of your head, what model, style has been your favorite here today? Well, that's the thing. You pick like 15 cars, and I've picked everything from a '69 Camaro, which a few years ago wasn't even allowed here, which I think is a welcome change of bringing the later model cars in. There's awesome Tri-5 Chevys here. There's an awesome 57 right there. There's another 57 down over there. There's a 29 Ford there. There's a 40 Ford there, another 40 Ford, a 46 Ford. It's just mind-boggling. The plethora of cars. It's unbelievable out here. Well, thank you so much. And since he seems to know so much more about cars, we're going to give him the microphone and let him walk around and talk to some of these folks, okay? How you feel? All right, great. Hey everybody, it's Tim Strange. I'm here out in the Pro Pick area talking to Will Hudson. He brought a really cool 37 Chevy. Tell us a little bit about your car.
It's a 37 Chevy. It's my dad's car actually, so it's a shop car. We've been started on it probably about a year and a half now. Finally got some things done, got it out. This is actually one of the first shows that we've had it at that we've drove it. So it's went well.
Very cool. I really like the wheels, that they're big diameter, they're brushed, so they kind of have a little modern, but they're still solid with a kind of an old school looking cap. So it's a little bit of modern, a little bit of old school. How did you do the wheels?
Well, we started off with a blank from Centerline. Dale out of Burbank, California, he set us up on the caps, and the wheels we brushed in the shop. They were actually going to be painted on the drawing, but after we brushed them, we liked them so well, it just stayed that way. So we added the cap, put the maroon in the cap instead on the whole wheel to give it more of a salt flat look.
That's cool, and that color of the maroon is like the same color as the interior, so it all kind of ties it all together. So you guys are kind of known also, you do everything there in the shop, including the interior, and it's got some really cool football stitching in it.
Thanks. Yeah, everything's in-house that we do. I like to call it leather and lace. It just sounds good. So yeah, we do everything, and it's got like a lot of little different touchings. It's the businessman's coupe, so like we got a flask and stuff like that. We try to tie everything that a businessman would have. Like in the trunk, we've got atlases strapped on, everything that a business guy would do. We try to incorporate.
So you're saying all businessmen have to have a flask with them? Is that what you're saying?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, because at the end of the day, you need something to drink.
And the engine, what you got going on in the engine compartment in there? You got a small block Chevy that's slightly modernized, custom air cleaner, a lot of satin stuff in there, so it still looks more modern.
Yeah, the more modern satin look, we love that. Bring the gloss with the flat and then the textured look. It just gives it breaks everything up instead of just a slick, smooth, shiny piece,
Very cool. I like it. Got air ride on it. Gets down when you're done parking. Yep. Very nice. Another truck that really caught my eye is this 40 Ford truck. Tell us a little bit about it and who you are.
Keith Confer from Flushing, Michigan. This is a 40 Ford pickup truck. It started out as a truck as it rolled down the assembly line from Ford, but they never made a roadster pickup truck. They stopped in 34, so about 3/4 of the cab is handmade, but all 4 fenders, hood, box, all came with this truck down the assembly line. So it was a pretty good piece when I started. The key to the design is getting a nice flow. So the cab came down, the box went up, single feature line. The hood's been sliced 1 inch in the back, 2 in the front, so a little bit of tweaking on it.
Yeah, I actually took the time, and it was like cars jump out at you, and this one it's subtle, but there's a lot of work done. It doesn't really hit you in the forehead like some vehicles do, because it's all solid, kind of a really cool classic color, kind of timeless, I'd like to say. And then he put out the build book, and I took time to look through the build book. There is a ton of slicing done, and that means he knew what he was doing and did it right. Because again, it didn't jump out at you, hey, look at these modifications. It's so subtle and flowing then you really start looking at it, and then you really appreciate all the work that is done on it. So what kind of power plant you got in there in chassis?
This is the engine I always wanted in high school. It's a 1963 327 Chevy, but it's got the 202 heads, dual quad, way too much cam. It's not the right engine, but it's the one I wanted, right? So.
That's what hot rods are about. Whatever you want. It doesn't have to please anybody. Like a restoration, oh, they'll get mad if it's got the wrong battery cable on it. But a street rod and a hot rod custom, you do it how you want.
Oh yeah, this one makes me smile.
Yeah. I've seen this car more than one place, seen it here again today, and I just love it. It's a 31 Cadillac. And what's your name?
My name is Al Bullis.
This is very cool. Can you tell us a little bit about the powertrain? Is really awesome in this thing. It's top notch from top to bottom, so give us some details on it.
The powertrain is custom built. It's designed with a computer, and it's got a forward rear end in it. It's got a Kugel front end in it, and the coil springs. And it's got a LS6 and a 4L65 transmission.
And what is that color on it? It is just beautiful. I kind of call it a Brandywine, but I don't know if that's what it is, but it fits this car to a T.
It's a custom color. It started out as dark cranberry, and my wife just kept adding colors to it, and that's I have to give her full credit for it.
Very nice. What do you got going on in the interior in this?
We got all leather by Steve Holcomb. It's got Lexus seats, and it's got the Mercedes carpet in it.
Very nice. I like it because it's a Cadillac, which back in the day was a high-end luxury car, and he's kept that look. He didn't just throw a bunch of billet and shiny stuff on it and chrome just to bling it up a little bit, but it's got big wires on it, and they're color matched, and it's awesome. Still out here in the Pro Pick, picking some of the top-notch cars out here. This is a 29 Model A, and it's totally awesome. It jumped out at me, so tell me a little bit about it. There's a couple things I really, really like on this car, and I'm going to see if you talk about it before I want to.
Well, first off, it's 29 on 32 rails, which is it's got a nailhead Buick engine, 5-speed transmission, quick changer, and Halibrin wheels, Hilburn fuel injection. It's got original 29 grill, which most guys don't use on 29s.
Yeah, that's one thing I like. I think the Model A shells, I guess I'm a little different. Everybody takes a Model A and they put a 32 shell on it. I still like the Model A shell on it, and I'm absolutely a huge nailhead fan. So putting this, walking around it, it's awesome from a distance, and you come around when the hood's open, you see that nailhead, and then you start looking at all the little details. The wheels are right, and the interior is just unbelievable. Again, this is the second one we talked to with the little football stitching that I call it on the seats, and the seats are just really awesome. Another detail I really like on this thing, since it is a roadster, we are in Louisville, so it's always going to rain at least one day here. There's no side windows because it is a roadster, and it's got some really neat side curtains made out of plexiglass and some really cool brackets and everything. Do you make all that too?
Yeah, we just tried that. We like driving it with the top on it, but it gets pretty breezy inside. So we tried it, and it works really well. And it was really good today because it didn't get any water in the car at all. Worked out real well.
Okay, thanks a lot. So here we are still out at Louisville at Street Rod Nationals out in the Pro Pick area. Some really nice cars out here. I'm a former Illinois boy, so growing up, you always knew the name Phil Becker. Always was all the shows, awesome guy to talk to, and always had the top-notch cars. He's got another really cool 32 Ford in the building built by Dave Lane, and here he's got a 46 Ford Woody, so tell us about the car.
Well, the 46 Woody actually was a stock Woody out of California car when we started. We started with the chassis. We dismantled the whole thing, and we started with the wood and stuff because I knew the wood was going to be a little bit time-consuming. I commissioned a really good friend of mine right now. His name is Dave Martin out of Door County, Wisconsin, boat maker by trade. We sat down for about a day and a half, and penciled the whole car out of what we wanted to change and how we wanted to do it and the type of wood. We put a 9-inch Ford with Posey semi-elliptics and stuff in the back. The front we put a Heights Super Right with a coilover. And one of the things I wanted to always run a Ford in a car, so I sat down and started looking through this, that, and the other, and I picked out a 204 4.6 Cobra motor with a supercharger and stuff. I made the stainless steel exhaust and stuff for it, and did a lot of the metal work and stuff on it. Fabricated some inner fender panels and a rear roll pan and rock guards and underneath the dash panels and stuff.
With all the details, even if it's one of those cars, if you're not really a car person, you can see it out of a sea of thousands of cars here at Street Rod Nationals. It jumps out at you. It's got the right wheels, the right stance, and the right colors, and the right fit and the finish. And thanks for bringing it out, Phil. A couple years ago, NSRA opened up the year break to allow newer and later model cars. I think it's a welcome change because you get to see a really cool 32 Ford and even, like we got right here behind us, an awesome late model, super Pro Tour looking, super modern Camaro. So tell us your name and a little bit about your car.
My name's Joe Steuben, and actually it's my son's car, and it's a 69 Camaro. It's on a Morrison chassis, pretty modern chassis. It's all set up for handling. It's got 18s and 20s, one-off wheels, a greening auto cut, a ZZ motor. It's about 450 horse. It's got a 5-speed Tremec transmission in it. It's a 456 Ford 9-inch rear end with posi in it. It started out as a 69 Camaro, but you can see it has a glass roof. It has extensive body mods, too many to number. Ground effects, all the grill work, all the taillight work has been done by Greening Auto also, and it's all CNC cut.
Yeah, when you first started talking about this, the people at home that can't see the car behind us right now, they're like, oh, it's just another Pro Tour Camaro. It's got the Morrison chassis. It's got the big block in it. But you look underneath the hood, it doesn't look even like anything you've ever seen. It doesn't look like you should be able to drive it. It looks like something that ought to be in some mansion living room as a piece of art. Top to bottom, every detail, the dash is one off even, just everything in this car is just totally unbelievable. And you guys have had a string of top-notch cars through the years, you and your son both, so.
We're the father and son guys, and the most pleasure of that is to inspire young people to stay in this sport. And
can I tell you that I'm up for adoption?
I might consider that.
Well, thanks a lot for bringing it out. And again, I think it's a welcome change, getting the Camaros and the muscle cars out here with the rest of the street rods. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Dan.
Okay, so now I am here surrounded by the best of the best. And if you want to see the best of the best, well, you've got to come to the Builder Showcase here in the exhibit hall lobbies.
We're here in the Builder's Showcase with Ronson and Eddie. Eddie with Superior Auto Works. You're the builder of this car. This is a beautiful looking Nova. Tell me a little bit about it.
We took a 63 SS convertible, tweaked it a little bit. One of the big things we shot for was to convert it to a one-piece body. Belly panned the entire car. Got out of hand a little bit. We changed up a lot of things.
Getting out of hand, that's just a matter of definition.
I guess, yeah. We ended up with a nice car, thanks to Ronson and his wife, Teresa Burton. Put a big block in it, a lot of extensive molding underneath, block molded transmission, rear, two-tone underneath, pinstriped underneath, custom exhaust, custom tank, tightened up all the trim seams, door gaps, narrowed the rear 5 inches.
Nice. Now, Ronson, what was your inspiration behind this build?
Well, I've had Novas all my life. That's all I've ever built, and this is my second convertible. And I was come to Ed's shop, wanting him to build me a Nova better than the last one that I had. Went there to get a driver, and ended up with what you see here, which is a full-fledged show car, but turned out great. Tickled to death with it.
That was part of the change process, I take it.
That was part of the change process.
As they'd say just a few years ago, it is the bomb.
It is the bomb.
like you're having too much fun. What's the connection here? How do you guys know each other?
Well, I bought my car from Ron. It was back in 1996, and I found him through a Hemi magazine. That's how we got together as Bob's car.
Bob's car. Okay.
Right.
Where do you fit in all this?
He'll tell you a little bit more. He was at a car show. He had Ron's car at the car show, okay, and then he runs across me, and he wants to. He had it for how many years? You have it, Bob?
14.
14 years. He wants to have it redone. He wants to freshen it up some, so he looks me up. We got it in the shop, and we're working on the car, right, and this guy comes. I'm working on his car at the same time. So he actually, we was building this 49 Ford over here, and we was building that, and he walks in, and he goes, "Well, I used to have a car just like that one there." Right?
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is 14 years later. I walked in the shop and I looked straight ahead at this car, and I looked at my wife and I said, "Does that car look familiar to you?" She says, "Is that your old car?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "That's it." She said, "How you know?" I said, "I know that car. I know it anywhere."
Yeah.
That is absolutely amazing. And now here you all are, Street Rod Nationals, hanging out together.
But just other coincidence, we've been to 3 car shows together.
Yeah.
It's just time worked out for him, time worked out for me.
Yeah.
That 3 shows, we've been together at 3 shows since our cars were finished and ready to show.
Something's in the works here.
Hanging out together. We're all hanging out together now, so it's kind of neat, you know.
That's amazing. What a great story. And now you guys are friends, lifelong friends, right?
Friends, lifelong friends.
We're at the Builder Showcase with Janet and Tony of Dixie Dream Rods. Now, Janet, I understand you are the dream of the Dream Rods.
That's right, the Dixie Dream. Well, my husband, he decided we were in Dixie because we're in Georgia, and everybody's always has a dream, and then it's street rods, so it's Dixie Dream Rods.
Well, that works for me. Now, Janet, you are the owner of the Dixie Dream Rods.
That's
and
correct.
you built this beautiful car for Tony here. Tony, tell me about your car.
Well, thank you. This is a 1935 Chevrolet Street Rod. It's an original 1935 Chevy 3-window coupe. It's an all-steel car. I've owned it about 13 years. I bought it at this show 13 years ago.
So you bought it here?
Bought it here at the show.
You drove it home?
Drove it right here I live in Louisville, so I did drive it home.
Beautiful.
And I drove it around for about, I guess 11 years, put a number of miles on it. And it was a nice car, but I decided I wanted to redo it, and we did a total restoration at the Dixie Dream Rods.
And so tell me a little bit about that restoration process.
Well, we pretty much pulled every nut and bolt, the body off, the frame, redid everything. And they were nice enough to allow me to be very much a part of that. So I pretty much talked to them every day or two, and we figured out how to make it happen together. Dixie Dream Rods have a very professional staff. There's 2 full-time gentlemen, Johnny and Eric. And Johnny does most of the fab work, and Eric does most of the paint and detail work. And they were great to work with, very knowledgeable, have done a number of cars over the years. And when it came to making a decision, they'd certainly give me a number of options to think about, and then we'd go ahead and make it happen. And the car came out the way I was wanting it to happen, and I think it looks pretty good to me and to most of the folks that I've talked to.
I think you're being understated. I think it looks better than pretty good.
And then the interior was done by Steve Holcomb in Knoxville, Tennessee. And Steve's a real gentleman with his staff too. Relatively small operation, but does first-class work, and again works with the customer on what they want.
Ronnie, tell me a little bit about how this build got started.
Well, this car come about 12 years ago, and a customer of mine found it in Hemmings Motor and used just a real small picture. We He sent it to me and got me to call the guy, and I actually went to Tampa, Florida and bought this body. Ended up not really buying anything but just the body itself. The rest of it was so rough we wouldn't even bring it home. So we brought it home, bought new fenders for it, built a new chassis for it. It's an LT1 700R4 transmission, chopped the top, just did a lot of metal work and made it what it is now. And
So tell me about a few of the things that you did special to this car.
the chop top's probably special, being a 5-window coupe. It's a little bit tricky the way you have to do that, slicing the top. Had to add an inch to the roof right over the doors. The way we had to lay the back glass in and all that was pretty tricky. This car was a rumble seat car originally, and we changed it back to a trunk, so we cut everything out from the center of the trunk back and replaced all that with all new parts, and had to hand fabricate most of that.
You did a good bit of cutting on this car.
A lot of cutting and welding, fabricating. It's an LT1 motor, which was modern for the day back 12 years ago when we built this car, which is still really cool. And the engine cover's all hand fabricated, and this car is loaded up with electronic stuff from back then. All the wiring's in the back behind the seat, computer and everything to do with it. It's got, in total, there's 5 computers in this car 12 years ago.
So when you built it, this was state of the art.
It was state of the art then, and it still look model right now. I mean, it looks like it's just built today, 12 years old.
So this is a 33 with a lot of bells and whistles.
A lot of bells and whistles.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's a fun car. It's really special to me. It's one of my favorite builds of all the cars I've done.
Okay, so we're here now in the Builder Showcase area, and I'm here with Fred, who's going to talk a little bit about this car and the process in which he has to go through to pick this car for one of the top picks here in the Builder Showcase.
Yeah, back 6 years ago, we were selected by the NSRA to join their Builder Showcase, bring kind of our latest creation. This year we brought a 1935 Chevy 2-door sedan. Belongs to Yvonne and Randy Davis. Something we've been working on for the last year, and preparation, trying to get it ready for this. From the get-go, they wanted to bring it here, so we pretty much got finished about a week ago to bring it here, but pretty pleased with what we brought.
And so you said how long you guys have been working on this?
We had this 1 year. It was pretty neat for us. Yvonne has owned this car for 28 years, and we built some previous cars for him, so it was pretty cool to kind of redo something for her that she's owned for so long. 28 years with one car, and they put over 130,000 miles before we redid it this time. That's a lot of miles for a street rod.
Right, well, it's a beautiful car. Can you explain a little bit about what you did to get it ready for this process, especially in the last week?
Yeah, we took and cut down a lot of different things on it. We tightened up all the gaps on it. We changed a lot of body lines to make them a little more crisp than what the Chevys have. We built a new firewall for it with a bunch of lines, kind of like an original firewall would be. We took and put a 327 with 3 deuces. We have a 350 turbo transmission, automatic. We have a gray leather interior in it, all steel car. Just a lot of small body mods to just kind of refine it rather than take away from what it already is.
And so you enjoyed working on this car, right?
Oh, yeah.
If you need anything for your street rod, the exhibit hall is the place to be. If you need parts, if you need advice, or if you even need oil, you've come to the right place.
I'm here with Ronnie Giesland with Ronnie's Hot Rods. Now, Ronnie, you guys are going to build the 2013 giveaway car. I've seen the renderings. That looks beautiful. Tell me a little bit about it.
It's a 32 Ford Brookville Roadster, and we decided to go with fenders on it this year. It's got American stamping frame rails, 350 Chevrolet 700R4 transmission from TCI, Moser rear end, 9-inch Ford. just hoping to be something different and something everybody will like.
When do you think you're going to have this thing ready to roll?
We'll have it completely finished at Knoxville next year.
Okay.
Right now it's in the pre-build stage, we call it, where we'll assemble everything and fit everything. We built the frame from scratch because we start with just bare frame rails and then build a jig, and then we built the frame and then put the front and rear suspension in it, motor and transmission, fit the body, the fenders, the steering, and every part of it will go on it except wiring. Then we'll tear it back down and paint it and put it back together and have interior in it and have it in Knoxville next year. Just hoping to be something different and something everybody will like, you know.
Well, I'm sure they're going to like it.
Yeah.
Especially one of them.
One person is definitely going to like it. One person's definitely going to like it.
They're going to like it a lot.
Yeah.
We're in the exhibit hall with Tom Joseph with Southern Rods and Parts. Tom, tell me about Southern Rods and Parts.
Well, we've been here at this same spot at the Street Rod National since 1994. We're probably the largest street rod only parts distributor there is. You know, there's a lot of the guys that sell everything, but we sell just street rod parts. And well, we're doing some muscle car and tri-5 Chevy. We do cover that. We also own Southern Air, that is a large street rod and muscle car air conditioning manufacturer, and we make it for a lot of different people. We're out of Greer, South Carolina. We've been in business 22 years, and we try to have the best prices there is if we can. We make almost 80% of our product.
So you make your own? That's great.
We make our own spring, shocks, spindles, calipers, caliper brackets. We sell complete front end kits. Right on display over there.
You guys make a lot of stuff.
We make a lot of stuff.
Make
it's
a lot of
work.
stuff.
A lot of work and a lot of people.
My name is Dan.
Dan, okay, so tell me a little bit about your booth over here and what you guys are doing.
No problem. Our main line is our thermal line. We have a thermal line, block heat, and we also have a sound deadening line to stop the noise. A lot of these roadsters have a problem with heat. Put these big V8s in a 4-cylinder chassis. Got to stop the heat, and we're the ones to call.
That's right. All right. So how has it been at this year's Street Rod Nationals?
This year's good. Today was better than yesterday, but it's working out pretty well for us.
And do you guys come here every year?
I've been here. This is my 3rd year, and I think we've been coming about 5 years.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I recognize this guy. So why do you guys have his picture over here? What does he do for you?
Reason we have Tim and Alan's pictures here, they were doing some autograph signing, and both of them use our products in their cars, and they love them. Same thing, stops the heat, stops the noise.
This part of the show is the Dave and Dave show, right?
That's correct.
You guys have been coming to the show together for quite some time.
Long time.
A long time.
97. Yeah.
It's 97, and we've got a 31 and 32 Fords, right? Now, tell me a little bit about them and a little bit about the differences.
Well, mine's a 31 Model A, 5-window coupe, and Dad's is a 32 coupe.
You've always been into street riding?
Oh yeah, all my life. Yeah. So nothing better to do.
Nothing better to
Spend my
do.
money on cars.
Look, you might as well have something good to spend it on.
Yeah,
Good
that's
gosh. So Dave, you grew up around the cars then?
Yeah, I watched Dad when I was yay high, working in the garage. Mom was in the house doing homework with us, and Dad was out twisting bolts.
And you were wishing you were out with Dad?
Yeah, but I had to go to bed early to get up and go to school, you know?
Every year, a great group of NSRA members volunteer to make it happen. And we want to say thanks. Now, let's see a few in action.
Give it a thumbs up.
You know, there is some hope for that car.
I know, there's a lot of hope.
Yeah.
That thing is so fast. It's
Cliff,
called
their
lightning.
brothers told me there was some hope for it.
It's called lightning.
They do all the junk
called
always
lightning.
around here, and
Well-
they said, you know, they would take it.
Well-
You might have to give them $25.
Yeah, at least I don't haul mine around on the trailer. I drive mine. Every time I see yours, it's either parked or somebody's pushing it on a trailer because it won't run. Oh, come on, never.
Fellas.
Hey, we're doing what we can do. This guy's he's a troublemaker.
Hey, you both have beautiful cars. Can't we just
No,
shake
mine's
on
more
it?
beautiful than his.
Some are more beautiful.
All right,
Okay,
all right,
okay.
all right. You
Let's
don't.
just
You
say.
can
In the
keep it the
name-
rest of the day, and I get it tomorrow.
In the name of the Nationals, I'll let you have the last word.
Well, I don't know. This must be your daughter or something. So I'm going to quit giving you a hard way to go.
I'm here with Dave Odegaard with United Pacific Industries, one of the new product winners, and congratulations, first of all.
Thank you very much.
And tell us about your new product winner.
Well, what we've done is we've taken the 55, 57 passenger car, Chevy passenger car mirror and incorporated some modern technology with the LEDs into the glass, behind the glass, similar to a lot of the new cars. And when this mirror is on, it gives you the LEDs that can be seen in the lane you're changing into, and adds a layer of safety for the classic car owner. When it's off, you can't tell it's there, and that's the key to it. Because a lot of the Tri-5 enthusiasts, when they're parked at the car show, they don't want that modern technology staring them in the face, and it's hidden within the product.
You want to see nothing but a mirror.
Right, right.
So it not only looks cool, but it's got some safety features as well.
Right, right. It definitely enhances the vehicle when you're driving home from the car show late at night, and you need to be seen on the freeway along with all the modern cars, and again, an extra layer of safety for the guy.
Great. Well, congrats, and you guys have lots of lighting products.
We do. We manufacture direct fit lighting that uses LED technology within the original lens of the car. So if you have a 57 Chevy and want LED taillights, we manufacture a brand new lens with the LEDs embedded in it. So again, when the car is parked at the show, nobody knows you have it. When you're driving home at night, you have the safety of modern technology inside your taillights and parking lights.
Great.
Yeah.
I'm here with Scott Johnson with Dakota Digital. Scott, you guys had a new product winner. Tell me about this.
We did. We're pretty fortunate to have won this. A brand new, what we call our VHX series. We've been known for digital gauges for a number of years. However, this has needles. We released the series about 2 years ago, but the 40 Ford instrument system just this year. So it bolts right into the original dash, uses the original mounting. So it has kind of some of the themes of the original 44 dash with the chrome, the trim, the thin ring, but yet it has the modern amenities of today.
Yeah. So it's easy to bolt in, but it's got an old school look.
That's exactly right. An old school look, but some of the performance of a daily driver, backlit faces, lit needles, and expandable for a lot of different things.
Well, and obviously the judges like it.
It seems that way. Yes.
And what kind of response are you getting from this from the street riders?
Off the charts. Off the charts. It's constant. It's been constant. They've been coming in. I want to see that 40 Ford instrument system, so it's been great.
You want to see it? Here's one.
I want
Take another one.
Yes, yes, that's exactly it.
Now, do y'all take orders on site?
We have dealers who do. We do not, but we have several dealers here who are. So
that's great.
Show specials, of course.
Yeah, show specials.
Yep.
Yeah, has the show been good for you?
Show's been fantastic. Yeah, great response, great traffic, and a lot of folks, a lot of nice cars.
We're here at E-Stop with Jonathan Mill. E-Stop was the winner of this new product safety award this year. Jonathan, tell me a little bit about your product winner.
Well, originally we designed this for the disability market, for people that actually can't pull their e-brake. Hot rodders found out about us, kind of went crazy over it. So we actually redesigned a lot of the different aspects, made it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing for the hot rod community.
Well, obviously it's a big hit.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is only our second show, and to win something like this is huge for us.
Give it up.
Right?
Good job.
No, we're very, very excited. It's a very easy product to use, and it alleviates having to punch that hole in the floorboard, especially for these hot rodders that actually finish their hot rod. They come for their safety inspection. They don't pass that 23 inspection.
Right.
And we just got the blessing from Glessner, the chief safety inspector, last night. So, you can pick up our product and be able to just slap it right in. No more punching holes in the floorboard, and you're ready to go.
Easy install.
Easy install. Very easy install. Yeah.
We're here in the exhibit hall with Dale Hoppius of Rail Riders, one of the new product winners. Congratulations, Dale.
Thank you, Mark.
And tell me a little bit about the Rail Riders.
It's a system for loading cars into enclosed trailers. Many of our people here are getting gray and a little less limber than they'd like to be, and
A little gray.
Yeah.
It happens.
and this is a system that makes it much easier for them to do it. It lets them continue to do their hobby a little, maybe another 10 years longer. It's something I came up with to make everyone's life easier.
So this was your idea.
Yes, it was.
And you did you do the designing and the build on it?
Yes.
Fantastic. Well,
Thank you.
congratulations. We noticed it the other day when we were walking by. We were like, that's pretty cool. So
Pretty slick is the thing everyone says.
pretty slick. That's a good way to put it. We're out on the grounds here at the Street Rod Nationals Plus, and noticed y'all taking some photos out here. What are we doing?
Well, we're both car enthusiasts. I'm Holly Sexton, and this is Stephanie Harden. She's a wonderful photographer and a friend of mine. We're from Elizabethtown, and not only are we involved with radio, but we're also involved with cars in the sense that we love them. My dad, he was a Snap-on Tools mechanic for years, so I grew up in the back of a tool truck wearing my own little red Snap-on Tool t-shirt, and then right after high school I went to diesel tech school, and so I know a little bit about a wrench, but I got out because I don't like to get my hands dirty. So now I just do radio where you don't ever have to get your hands dirty, and Stephanie's the real talent here. She tells me what to do and how to pose and all that, and really bring out the beauty in the cars.
We're just trying to portray women around cars minus the sultry image that sometimes you see. A little bit of class and a little bit of, vision with it, and some confidence and something to build women and encouraging, and a confident, strong woman. And Holly's got the car background. I happen to be a fan of them, but I don't think I know quite as much as her under the hood. But I do know enough about the camera and how to capture Holly. We've been friends for years. so,
Awesome.
yeah.
And there is nothing wrong with some lady street riders.
Yep.
No.
doubt. We're
With some
huge
class.
fans with some class. That's
Classy
right.
pictures.
We do it, and we do it classy.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
Nice to talk to you.
We've had a good time. I've been down here, this is about my 7th year. This is the first time I've been able to drive a car down bring a car down because of, like I say, I just got it done. Every year I come down with a wish list, a Christmas list, and you save on shipping if you buy here. The vendors give you a show special. I've had every year I'd run around and find what I need. Guys, buddies have to help me carry it out to the truck after the show was over. Like I said, it's been a blessing. I had a good time with it.
Well, this is a good place to find parts.
Absolutely. You can get anything you want down here, You could walk in there and you could basically build a whole car if you wanted to.
If you can't find it in the swap meet or the exhibit hall, then you can't find it.
You're out of luck down here, that's for sure.
If you had one line to tell somebody back at home about the Nationals, what would you tell them?
Unbelievable. You can't imagine how big it is and how much there is to say. You just can't say it. It's just unbelievable. It's the one show I'll never miss every year.
We're at the swap meet with Frank and Teresa, guys. We see you wandering around a little bit. What are you looking for in particular?
Well, actually, I've got Corvettes and street rods, and this is where you find your good buys on your parts. Hard to find parts.
Good, good. And Teresa, are you looking for anything in particular?
Riley wheels.
What kind of wheels?
Riley.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah, gotcha.
Well, in general, what do you like the most about the swap meet?
The people.
The people, yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
gets
Everybody's so nice. It's great.
Everybody wants to deal.
Everybody wants to deal.
Yeah, it definitely. I think that might have to do with the economy, but everybody wants to deal.
You guys have been to, I see it's 41st, so you've obviously been to Street Rod Nationals before.
Yeah, 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, what do you think about the show?
I would say you definitely need to go. If you've never been there, you're missing out. It's wonderful. It's amazing all the different cars you see, especially with the Plus now.
All All right, well, there's always a lot of excitement here on Saturday afternoon because someone gets to drive home in this brand new street rod.
National Street Rod Association, the entire crew of Page Custom Rods and Restoration, and the 52 major component contributors on this year's car present to you this 1932 D-Moss 3-window coupe. And Restoration of Oroville, Virginia, for our job right now. Welcome. Are you ready? Good luck. Here we go. And good luck. Entry number 406. 406. Did we have a sound off over there?
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, purchase of insurance. Hey, thank you. We got the purple car of the orange pumpkin car.
Oh!
Now what do we do?
I love pumpkin.
It is confirmed we do have a winner. I see.
Oh, thank you so much. And I'm sorry I beat up on your juvenile man from yesterday.
That's right, lady.
I put that seat up to drive that one. Thank you. Oh, bless you. I don't care if it does rain.
Hey, I'll come rolling. Let's go.
Oh,
All right, let's go back. Everybody's in there waiting on you guys.
Yeah, come on. Wait.
That is my car.
Let's see it.
How are you feeling right now?
Great.
Great.
It don't matter,
I'm
buddy.
having a heart attack. Don't do that.
We've been to many of these. This is the first one we've come close.
We've been all over the world.
Yeah.
So how many years have you come to this Street Rod Nationals?
Everyone they've been in Louisville.
Wow.
And in Columbus and in Syracuse, New York,
We've been to everyone they've been here in Louisville.
Knoxville.
Right.
And I've already registered for next year. We'll be back.
Okay, so you won this car. Who's?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, who's gonna be driving it?
Next year.
Can you give us an instant replay of what you did out on the ground?
Yeah, let's hear it. I want to
Let's
see
see
what
it.
you did on the ground.
Oh my God! I can't believe it, Rick. 40-some years of this crap. Boom.
Well, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you next year in it.
You will be here.
I'll be driving.
Okay.
He's gonna ride it.
Okay, now it's time to meet some folks that have been to all 43 Street Rod Nationals. Way to go, guys.
This is a great show.
We've never been here. We've never been. A lot of our friends that came, they told us how wonderful it was, and it is just phenomenal. We'll be back for sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was real
great.
nice, real good.
Big facilities.
Everybody just super friendly, and you know, anybody's never been to it, they need to come. They'll be very impressed.
And yesterday, we were disqualified because we couldn't pass the inspection because we didn't have a windshield wiper on it. And the people that were in the Mopar judging, the street riders, they all came together. They got their tools out. Another guy took his wiper off of his car, came over. They helped Barry put the wiper on, and so that we could pass the inspection because that was the only thing that we were missing. And so, I mean, that really shows the camaraderie of street riders and how everybody will come together. And then when they announced that we won, everybody gave this big, hey, it was so great because they all helped us, and we had 8 minutes to do it in, and they got it off, got the wiper on, got it there, and we qualified. So it was.
It's a team effort.
It was a team effort. It was great.
We've been down here several times, and this one has probably always been my favorite just because there's so many people, so many nice people, so many cars. We've had a blast.
Well, and you cannot, one of the things that we love about this show, one, you meet nice people, you're going to see great cars, and you cannot beat that exhibit hall.
That's exactly right, man. There's just so many nice cars here. It's like today, we're being judged against all these other nice vehicles here. It's how can you pick one? They're all so nice.
We've been street riding forever, and the Nationals is where, it's just the biggest and the best, and that's why we come here. The exhibit hall is good for me, being a builder, because we come here and see all the new products and see what everybody else is doing, and it just gives us fresh ideas and lets us know what parts are available for us to use in the shop, and that's how we try to stay up to date, just by coming here. We'll spend 2 or 3 days usually here just walking through so that we can know what's available for the builds in the future.
It's the highlight of the last day and a great way to end another Street Rod Nationals Plus.
That's right. It's the circle of winners with some of the most outstanding street rods showcased as the best of the best.
I'm here with two of the Mopar Country winners, Barry and Vicky. Now, this is one heck of a good-looking Valiant. Now, and tell me the story behind this.
My dad bought it in '67 from a widow, and he drove it. And then I got of age to drive it in '72. They give it to me for Christmas. So I was, I don't know, 15 at the time. So the license come out in February. So that was 16, so I got it.
So you've had this since you were 16 years old.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, you started working on it pretty soon. Soon after.
Yeah, I did. I started working on doing all the stuff that your 70s people do. Tires hanging out underneath the quarters and stuff like that. And rebuilt the engine, 6-cylinder, and done that. And we drove it through high school, dated in it. A lot of drive-in movies. And the...
Now, this is a family show, you know.
That's right. Well, it was family shows we was watching.
Yeah. How much of the movies did you see?
All of them. All of them.
I had made big pillows. We, had them in the back, had curtains up. We'd lay the tailgate down. But we went to our prom in it, our graduation, got married in it. And next week we'll be married 36 years. We've drug it around all these years.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
We're down in the circle of winners with one of the long distance recipients. Congratulations. Now, you were telling me a little while ago that you've come awfully close before.
We have. A fellow that I know that lives in our area used to beat us out by about 3 miles every year. And then there's a guy from Washington that beat us by about 7 miles one time. So we finally made it.
So as they say in Get Smart, missed it by that much.
Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right.
But this year, here you are.
Yep.
And well, that's quite a drive.
It is. It's a long drive, long hard drive this year with all the heat and everything. So, we had a little incident a couple days out when the thermostat stuck in the car, and we had coolant go kaflooey all over everywhere. And so 3 hours later, I had it fixed and put a new thermostat in. It was golden after that. So
minor road bump.
That's right. Just a little speed bump in the road.
A little speed bump. Now, how many miles did you come?
It's around 2,400. I forgot the exact number. Mr. Kennedy told me what it was, but it's right around 2,400 miles.
24 plus. That's a good drive.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a drive.
That's a good one. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks again for joining us for the 43rd Annual Street Rod Nationals Plus.
That's right, we have had a blast, and we look forward to seeing you again next year. Ta-ta!
We are live.
See, I'm paying him to keep me away from all the pretty girls.
Oh, I see.
My makeup all right?
That's, are we getting his good side? Hey!
What's happening?
I'm hiding. I'm hiding from this guy right here. Okay.
Let's see that.
Take it off.
Why'd they put a dirty car in here like this?
Oh, no, that's not dirty.
I mean, look at the dirt on the breather.
Look at that thing over there.
That thing looks like brand new.
Is that cast iron?
Right as it's blowing. Okay.
going to say the microphone's up my nose.
Merry Christmas, McFarland family.
Merry Christmas!